Let's go. So as a Braves fan, today, of course, is going to be a really good day because the Braves have acquired Matt Olson from the Oakland Athletics in a huge blockbuster trade, along with the blockbuster trade that happened last night of Josh Donaldson and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa to the New York Yankees, and more. We're going to talk all about this in today's video. But before we get into this video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and turn notifications because this is the place to be on Baseball YouTube for great baseball content throughout the rest of the offseason. And let's go ahead and get into this video. Talking about Matt Olson, of course, to the Atlanta Braves. So, Matt Olson to the Braves is just a great fit all around. Now, of course, this means that Freddie Freeman era in Atlanta is over. There's no possible way I feel that he is going to be coming back. But Matt Olson is about the best replacement you can get for Freddie Freeman, in my opinion, if not a better one. And long-term, he is a better one. And for this year, as far as money goes, he's a better one as well because he's not going to be making $30 million a year. And as much as people will be mad at this because of, Freddie Freeman being there his whole career and stuff, I'm not mad about this. I'm really happy about Matt Olson. Now, we had to give up a hefty package of minor league talent to get him. We had to give up center fielder number 1 overall prospect in the Braves farm system, Christian Pache, catcher number 2 prospect, Shea Langeliers, right-hander number 5 prospect, and Ryan Cusick, their 2021 first rounder, and Joey Ist, the right-hander. So they had to give up a lot. And this is a trade for both sides that is a very good trade. If you're an Athletics fan, as much as it sucks to give up your all-star first baseman, Matt Olson, it makes it a lot better with the fact of what you're getting back. Now, Pache's the guy that, he's the guy that's not been able to hit at all through his career so far. But he's a guy that's been really good defensively. So Shea Langeliers is a guy that's been really good in the minors, and he's going to continue to be. Langeliers is going to be their future catcher. And with getting Langeliers, does this mean that a guy like Sean Murphy's out for them? And I think that it definitely could mean that because I think that, Sean Murphy could definitely be on his way out with them getting Shea Langeliers. In 2021 in Double-A ball with Mississippi, 22 home runs, 52 RBIs, and a .258 batting average. A very good year. Ryan Cusick, of course, just drafted out of Wake Forest University. This guy's a guy that's going to throw gas, and in a small sample size of 2021, of course, 0-1 with a 2.76 ERA in 6 games started. In 12 games started in college with Wake Forest, 3-5 with a 4.24 ERA. And that's going to be a guy. These guys are going to be really good for them in the future. As a Braves fan, I look forward to the potential of Shea Langeliers and Christian Pache. But I know at the end of the day, for the team right now, it's a way better move to give these guys up. Joey Est is another right-hander, the guy who posted a 3-6 record with a 2.91 ERA and 20 starts in Low-A Augusta this year. So I really love this trade for both sides. For what the Braves are going to be getting back in Matt Olson, he's a guy from Atlanta. And this is a guy, 271 batting average, 39 home runs, 111 RBIs, a 371 on-base percentage, a 540 slugging, a 911 OPS, an OPS plus of 153, a 5.8 WAR. This is a guy, Matt Olson, that's going to be great for their team. And a guy that they consider to be, just a little bit below Freddie Freeman. But like I said, long-term, he's the guy that you're going to have to pay in a couple of years, and maybe they can get that done better than they did the Freddie Freeman sweepstakes. And I understand why Alex Anthopoulos didn't bring Freddie Freeman back yet. I understand the longevity of that contract, 6 years. And if you're looking at 2 of the worst contracts in Major League Baseball history, Miguel Cabrera and Albert Pujols, if those ring into your memory, then those are two first basemen that have been 2 of the worst contracts in Major League Baseball history. And because of that, I understand why they wouldn't want to give him 6 years. Now, where's Freddie Freeman going to go is another question. Well, it seems like the Dodgers are kind of the favorites right now. Kind of really the only team that's really expressed a lot of interest besides the Yankees a little bit too. So it'll be interesting to see where Freddie Freeman heads. But as a Braves fan, I am so excited. And this, as a Braves fan, definitely makes them the favorites again to win the World Series. I'm not just biasly saying that as a Braves fan. I genuinely think that they're the best team in Major League Baseball right now. The addition of Matt Olson is great. And this is just an overall great day to be a Braves fan. And I'm such a big fan of this Matt Olson trade. Some fans, it's going to be hard to get over letting Freddie Freeman go. But I'm more than fine because the longevity of this makes a ton of sense. And I like this for both sides. I think that this is an A-plus trade for both sides. And getting Matt Olson to the Braves helps them win now. And for the Athletics, you get 3 prospects that are probably your top 3 prospects right now that are going to be very good in the future. Now, Pache's a little bit of a question mark, but you should be so excited about this trade for both sides. And as a Braves fan, I'm so excited to see Matt Olson in that navy blue jersey next season. Let's go ahead and head to the blockbuster that happened last night where the Yankees acquired Josh Donaldson, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and Ben Rodervelt from the Twins in exchange for Gary Sanchez and Gio Urshela. So this is a very complicated trade. So the Bronx Bombers, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Josh Donaldson still has $15 million owed on his contract. As much as they do need a third baseman / shortstop, is Josh Donaldson that guy? He's a good player, I'll give him that, hitting .247. Batting average with 26 home runs and 72 RBIs and a .352 on base percentage, of .575 slugging, .827 OPS, and a 3.2 WAR last year. But is this a guy that's going to make a difference for them? I don't totally think so. And Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, there's been a lot of interest in the past. This guy's great defensively. He's kind of a better hitting Anderson Simmons, in my opinion. And this Ben Rodford, not going to help them much. He's going to kind of platoon catch. But what the Twins are getting back is very interesting here. A guy in Gary Sanchez that, of course, is going to hit for power, low batting average, kind of inconsistent. I guess they're trying to get him back. And they get off a buttload of money, too, which to me signals something that they might be going out after a Trevor Story or a Carlos Correa. I think they're going out after of these one free agents, and I think they're going to sign a Trevor Story or Carlos Correa. I think that's what they're trying to do here. I think getting off the contract of Josh Donaldson and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is kind of like a signal to me that they're trying to get off a bit of salary to possibly bring in somebody like Trevor Story or Carlos Correa to pair with Byron Buxton and stuff. So Gio Urshela, 267 batting average, 14 home runs, 49 RBIs. Neither of these players are great players, to be honest, that they got back. But I think it is to dump some contract. And overall, with dumping this money, is going to get them the better player long term. And they've been interested in a Trevor Story quite a bit. So there's not a clear winner in this trade. This trade's a very confusing trade, actually, especially for the Yankees. This doesn't make a lot of sense to get all this money when it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think this is just not a very smart trade from the Yankees side. I like getting Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. I think that he's a very solid player and fits in very well with them. Josh Donaldson, I don't understand this. Gio Urshela, I think, does fine at third base. Josh Donaldson at third base for the money owed, is he really worth that? Probably not, realistically. Fernando Tatis Jr. is out up to 3 months with a fractured wrist. This is a big blow for the Padres. I wouldn't be surprised to see them pursue somebody like a Trevor Story in free agency. Fernando Tatis Jr. being out for 3 months. This is a guy that's been very injury prone. As good and as much as we love Tatis as baseball fans, this is a guy that just realistically it's not been staying healthy at all. Not been staying healthy at all. So that's one thing there. Maybe they look for Hassan Kim, or maybe this is even a chance for them to give CJ Abrams a possibility. Now, the Nationals have signed Nelson Cruz 1 year, $15 million. This is a very interesting trade. A lot of money for Nelson Cruz in a DH. But, look at how many balls are going to be flying out of that stadium. With Nelson Cruz and Juan Soto in that lineup, that's going to be a pretty solid lineup in the 3 and 4 spot. Now, the Nationals, by no means does this make them a good team. The Nationals are not a good team. He kind of slowed down a bit when he went to Tampa last year. I was surprised Tampa didn't re-sign him. But this is simply, this is not a move that moves anything along per se for the Nationals. They're still a bad team. They're still one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball. Pretty simple. The Rockies apparently are aggressively pursuing Chris Bryant, which is very, very interesting. Colorado has had some interest in a guy like Chris Bryant. But this is so interesting because, the Rockies, they're not going to bring back Trevor Story, it doesn't seem like. But Chris Bryant would be a decent replacement. This is a guy that can play in all fields. 265 batting average, 25 home runs, 73 RBIs, and a 3.3 WAR between San Francisco and Chicago last year. I think that this is interesting. Maybe this is a guy that they bring him in on a shorter-term deal and maybe trade him But the main trade of today is Matt Olson to the Atlanta Braves, which I'm so excited about. That's a great trade for both sides. I don't really like the Yankees side of the trade of the Yankees Twins trade, to be honest. But yeah, that's going to be the end of today's video. I have a feeling I'm going to be making another one today. But make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and turn notifications. Leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications. This is the place to be for great baseball content on YouTube. Thank you for watching, and peace.